So recently I was at my local Ford dealership and I came across this base Mustang GT, and I'm here to tell you why the base Mustang GT is probably the best value for the S650 Mustang generation. So it's no secret that the Mustang prices have increased significantly for the S650 Mustang generation with the 2024 model year, and just getting a base Mustang GT is already a 41,000 MSRP, and if you want to get premium, it's close to 50,000, and in my opinion, that is not worth it. This one's got a couple different things where it's got active exhaust, 10-speed transmission, but it's still a base Mustang in terms of what you get in the interior, and I am beyond impressed with the interior of this Mustang. So we're gonna hop in and take a look at it. I love the quad exhaust tip. That's one thing they kind of removed from the base GT. You get standard dual exhaust, but if you get active exhaust, you do get quad exhaust tip. I kind of miss when Ford just went ahead and gave us the quad exhaust tips on all the GTs. Under the hood is going to be the same Gen 4 Coyote motor making 480 horsepower. This one got the active exhaust that makes 486 horsepower, but let's be honest, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference between 6 horsepower. So this is the Gen 4 Coyote motor, same engine you're going to get whether you get the premium performance pack or the base one. If you do get the Dark Horse, of course, you get a slightly different Gen 4 Coyote motor. So this one can be paired with the 10-speed and the 6-speed transmission. 6-speed is of course going to be your base transmission. You can get the 10-speed transmission for a little bit more cost. So let's hop onto the interior, where I am beyond impressed with what Ford has done. Look at this steering wheel. You've got flat bottom steering wheel, really nicely leather wrapped, and you got 2 giant screens. I know not everyone is a huge fan of it. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but honestly, it's kind of grown on me. You have carbon fiber all over. You do have some hard plastic here and there, but you're not really tapping where your gear shifter is. I mean, overall, the quality for the interior, for what you get, again, this is a base model. You got some stitching over here. The seats and everything just looks very good. The door panel, it's got hard plastic at the bottom, but here you got some faux leather, and here's a cloth, but really heavily padded cloth. This kind of looks like the S550 Mustang door panel. You got really nice paddle shifters. Everything looks good, and here we've got 2 screens. And the best thing is, for the first time ever, you get the same screens on the base and the premium. The only difference is that there is no connecting piece between the base and the premium one. So you got Sync 4 system, and you got fully customizable dash. We're going to look at all the different options here just in a bit to be able to compare this. But I mean, just getting the same big, massive screens, same as the premium model, is a game changer, because this one allows you to customize however you want to. You've got different customization for your Sync 4 and your main screen. You got nice AC vents. You can kind of, if you look at the interior, it's kind of angled towards the driver, which I kind of like. I know they kind of went away with the iconic Mustang interior, but this one is not so bad. I don't like how the HVAC controls are gonna be with the touchscreen. I think it's, a lot of people use the auto. I like to change mine up, especially if you got a GT, want to hear the exhaust. I don't know. I just don't like how they went with that design choice. But I think overall, the interior is really good. I'm going to go ahead and take an in-depth dive into the screens and all the customization in just a minute. I want to show you these leather seats, or I guess cloth seats, but they look like the leather seats from the S550 Mustang. They're really nicely bolstered, and I mean, honestly, just looking at those, it does not feel like a base Mustang. Now, of course, the prices have gone up, so this is pretty much what the premium Mustang would have cost not too long ago, but you got to make do with what you got, and the base interior for the price, I think, is pretty good, especially considering there's no competition at all. You still get your customizable drive mode selection. So now you have in the base model, you got snow, sport, track mode, normal mode. All of this is in there. And of course, when you're customizing your drive mode, you also get custom gauges as well. Not only that, you get a lot of different custom gauges this time around that are not only tied to your drive mode. You got a Fox body and a comm screen, which I'll show you as well. So these are all the gauge options you get with the Mustang. You got the normal, sport, track, and comm, and right below that is a Fox body that I'm not able to see right now. But yeah, this is what the interior looks like in terms of the screens and everything, the customization. Everything is there for a base Mustang GT, and you still get your color, like the My Color option, where you can customize it. Here's all the layouts. I have in-depth videos for the Sync 4 system on the Mustang, and also all the different layouts and the different modes you can do on the Mustang, including the track mode, the Fox body. and at night as well. So you can see how they look up at night, driving down the highway, seeing how bright they are. And of course, there's no glare on that as well. So I really love those gauges. Personally, my opinion, I mean, they're amazing gauges. So if you want to check out in-depth videos, I highly suggest you check out my video on that. But yeah, that's what the gauges kind of look like. You got a lot of customization. There's a lot of information in this. They get the digital gauge cluster basically that you can customize. Not to mention, you also got basically, this is the new one that I talked about, the COM one. Everyone's seen the Fox body, which I think is cool. But COM screen, I think, is going to be really useful if you're taking road trips and you just don't want a lot of information. You just want your speed and your RPM, that's it. You still get the mic color like I mentioned. This one's got active exhaust, so you can switch up the exhaust modes. You got quiet, normal, sport, and track. You get different gauges as well. You can customize your steering. Again, all of that is available in a base Mustang. Previously, you had to get a 301A package to be able to have customizable drive modes and the drag mode and all of that. Otherwise, you got just normal mode and just the sport mode. But this one, I mean, active exhaust is an optional feature, but everything else, like the steering selection, the throttle response based on basically the sport and the track mode, everything is there on a base Mustang. So if you don't really care about the leather seats and maybe a fancier sound system, this one's got it all. And especially given the price increase, I think this makes a lot more sense to the buyers now. Because previously you were able to get the base Mustangs for like mid 30,000, like the MSRP, and the premiums were around $42,000, but now the base has gone up to almost $41,000. Again, that's MSRP. Depending on the dealer situation, you might be able to get some discounts, but the base has gone up significantly, which makes the pony car, the muscle car, no longer the affordable choice anymore. And I guess it kind of makes sense. There's no competition, so, and everything has gone up in prices. So Ford is just kind of leveraging both of that and charging whatever they can. So instead of going for premium, which ends up being a $50,000 Mustang, I recommend you definitely check out the base Mustang GT. Because while the premium will get you fancy leather seats and a sound system, you still get the same digital gauge and the same Sync 4 screen that you're seeing in this video. So again, huge fan of this customization. You can pretty much customize however you want to. But yeah, so you're getting the same screens, and I think that's a big deal because previously in S650 Mustang, unless you went ahead with 401A package, you did not get the digital dash. You got the plain old analog gauges, but this time Ford said, you know what, you can have both screens. The only thing you're missing is the missing connector piece between those two screens. But honestly, that's not a big deal. I mean, it looks nicer, but that's not a big deal. Not enough to pay a premium Mustang pricing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, why I think, the base Mustang is probably one of the best deals you can get. Comment below if you are looking for a Mustang, are you looking for a base one or the premium, and of course subscribe to Red 50 for more videos.